Hi everyone, it's Sean from STK again. We've got Tony Adcock, who's just about to jump on a plane to Southeast Asia. He's the chair of the Tungsten Metals Group. He's given us a little bit of time. As we saw, antimony stocks have gone through the roof overseas on Friday night. Tungsten is not antimony, but there could be a correlation. Tony, thanks for joining us. I know you're in a mad rush to get to the airport to go and see our clients in Southeast Asia, but how has this affected the Tungsten Metals Group?
Yeah, good morning, Sean. Yeah, Sunday doesn't matter. As you say, I'm off to Singapore. Look, I think this is a globally significant announcement by the Chinese that we haven't necessarily picked up in the markets yet, although you saw antimony prices go up. You know, tungsten's a bit like antimony in the sense that most of the world's suppliers in Russia and China, and the same for tungsten. We're fortunate in that our production plants in Vietnam, we're the only production plant that can produce tungsten to more than 500 tons per annum outside of China and Russia. And, you know, looking at the Chinese announcement, it may not just be that tungsten might be the next thing. It might be that it's actually been announced in that announcement, pardon the pun, and that we just haven't picked it up. So I think it's an immediate opportunity for us to address the daily concerns we get since these announcements, and perhaps at the tail end of last week when maybe it was expected. We're getting daily calls from suppliers of concentrate and recyclable material to take their recyclable material and their concentrate. We're getting daily calls from people who take the offtake because they're concerned that if China restrict export for everything, even though some countries can't buy from China, those countries that can buy from China are going to be looking around the rest of the world. And of course, we're in a perfect place for that because, you know, as you said, we're outside of China and Russia. So I do expect an impact on the tungsten market and other critical and rare earths, critical minerals and rare earths. And I think there's going to be a squeeze on supply. So we're in that fortunate position now to be able to provide to offtake agreements from outside of China and Russia.
I highly agree. I think we're in that situation where you've got the plan. Do you
Yeah.
think potentially some of these larger off-takers, I mean, you can leverage it. You say, come into the IPO. We want you to be alongside. There'll be long, large, sticky shareholders. Do you think you'll have those conversations in Southeast Asia? I know the agents have been hammering you all weekend to set up
Yes.
meetings already. Do you think you can leverage this to make that IPO that little bit stronger in terms of holders that just can't sell because they want the offtake for the product where they can't get anywhere else?
I do, Sean. I think the manufacturing response on concerns about supply are real. You know, the phone's been ringing at our end, and my message to people is, look, we're here. We're outside of China and Russia. We're in production. We're generating cash. Join us as an investor, and take advantage of that particular time in the market. You know, this is going to affect everything from batteries to defense. So you can imagine with the global tensions right now, you've got the EV vehicles looking for batteries. You've got the semiconductor industry looking a bit concerned. You've got defense more in particular. So, you know, we're here. Invest in us at this moment in time. And we will endeavour to make sure that anybody who wants an offtake agreement can achieve one with us.
Great, thanks, Tony. Listen, you mentioned there might be something missed here. Can you just elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think the China restrictions are going to affect every processing plant in and outside of China. I think what was missed here is probably that we're the only processing plant outside of that jurisdictions that can produce. You know, tungsten goes into strengthening superalloys and steels, and that's the industries that are crying out for these products. Parking semiconductors as well. So I think the US in particular are going to be hunting supply, and we de-risk that supply chain, and we de-risk exploration risk because we don't own a mine. So I think that's probably the bit that's missing, you know, that both Europe with the Ukraine tension, USA with the Ukraine tension, are really going to be looking for supply, and they're going to be coming to us in a bigger way than they currently are. So as you can see on the screen, this announcement is really specifically talking about smelting, which is what we do, and super hard metals, which is what tungsten enhances. It strengthens steel. the message is fairly ambiguous at times in that statement, so we have to read into it. But I'm positive it's going to affect tungsten and other critical minerals and rare earths.
I clearly think that we are in a situation of risk with tungsten. The Ukrainians retaliated to the Russians in the last week or so, and it was with tungsten rockets or tungsten balls. So that's where it's coming from, Russia and China. Those supply chains, I'm not sure how long they're going to be opened up for with this risk that's happening with them. So, Tony, I know you've got to go wheels up soon. Go enjoy those meetings. And, I mean, don't wear yourself out Southeast Asia, but I know you're very busy, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. We'll talk to you from Singapore during the week.
Thank you.